guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annelies and today I will be reviewing 3 new men's fragrances by Zara. These fragrances are called Vibrant Leather and Tobacco, Vibrant Leather and Violet, and Vibrant Leather and Sandalwood. Now these are elixirs, so Zara has, if you know Zara fragrances, they usually are eau de toilettes or eau de parfums with pretty low longevity and projection. This time they decided to release 3 elixirs, which obviously makes us assume that these are more powerful than their usual fragrances. They come in bottles of 60 ml. These retail for 30 euros in Europe, roughly 46 US dollars, and roughly 56 Canadian dollars. So if you know Zara fragrances, these prices are actually pretty high in Zara terms. They usually come a lot cheaper, but are they worth it? Did Zara actually amp up the quality of these fragrances or not so much? Keep on watching if you want to find out, and if you like Zara fragrances or you're just trying to get to know them a little bit better, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I make mostly Zara fragrance related content. Usually I make Zara fragrance review videos, but women's fragrances. Sometimes I do some men's fragrances if I think they're interesting enough or if I think they may be a little bit unisex. And yeah, I saw this collection. I thought the bottles were gorgeous. I was intrigued by the elixir thing going on, so that is why I'm reviewing these. But little disclaimer, I feel like I kind of suck at reviewing men's fragrances. I feel like I can do a better job with women's fragrances just because I know a lot more of them, so I can compare them better. I know like the feminine notes a little bit better. Not that there are feminine and masculine notes, but you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna give my opinion on these fragrances, but I can't really go in depth like some other YouTubers can. Just take that into consideration. But yeah, let's just get started with the first one, and that is Vibrant Leather and Tobacco. Okay, so like I said, I love these bottles. I mean, look at them. These are chic. Yeah, I think they're very chic. So yeah, loving the bottles. But again, let's start with Vibrant Leather and Tobacco. And the description on the Zara website is intense and enigmatic, where black leather accords blend with wild and luscious tobacco to achieve a pinnacle of elegance, while addictive vanilla adds a mesmerizing trail. I can already tell you that out of these 3, this one is my favorite. By the way, they have this cool magnetic cap. Oh! So yeah, gave it a sniff, and look, whether this is your thing or not, I feel like it is undeniable that this, is that a word, undeniable? It is not deniable. No, that's not a word either. Whether you like these types of fragrances or not, I don't think we can argue about the quality of this scent. This is a really, really well-made fragrance, if you ask me. So it is very sweet. That addictive vanilla adds a mesmerizing trail. That part of the description is very true. There's a lot of vanilla in here, and then the sweetness of the tobacco leaves. I feel like I've always felt that tobacco smelled sweet. Make this a very sweet fragrance. My husband actually tried this one out on his wrist. He only gave it 1 spray, and I think like 2 hours later he came upstairs. I was working in the office upstairs, and he came in and he really brought a mesmerizing trail of vanilla with him. So both the vanilla sweetness and that tobacco were very much present. But also the tobacco, I feel like it gives a papery, yeah, like a papery scent, like old brown paper. Must be the tobacco leaves. I feel like it really smells super sophisticated, and If you checked this one out on Fragrantica, you will notice that a lot of people are comparing it to Parfum de Marly LAYTON exclusive. Now, if you're asking me whether or not this is a dupe, because some think that it is and other people downvoted that suggestion. Personally, I only smelled LAYTON exclusive once, so I'm not super familiar with the fragrance, but I feel like you can't really deny that, yes, it is a dupe for LAYTON exclusive. Is it an exact one-on-one perfect dupe? I don't even know. Like I said, I only smelt it once. If I had the bottle here and I would compare the two, I'm guessing there would still be some differences, but it is close enough to be at least inspired by. But if you ask me, it's close enough to be called a dupe. If your definition of the word dupe means that it is still a little bit different. For me, the sweetness in here, that vanilla, sort of reminded me a little bit of Zara's Rich Warm Addictive. That one is a lot boozier, doesn't have the tobacco. No, maybe it actually does have a little bit of tobacco, but it's more of a boozy bourbon, cognac, vanilla. This one really has that tobacco papery, like that dried leafiness. Very decent fragrance. I really like it. I'm gonna rate it a 9 out of 10. I am highly impressed with it. And also the performance, in my opinion, was really great. So even though for Zara terms, it's quite expensive, I personally still think it is worth it if you like this type of scent profile. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me. But yeah, that was Vibrant Leather and Tobacco. Next up, we have Vibrant Leather and Violet. Both charismatic and subtle, this fragrance reveals a singular accord where bold violet leaves gently merge with voluptuous suede with a remarkable effect. You know, I don't know who writes these descriptions, but I kind of want to have that job. I don't know. Sometimes they're very well written and sometimes they make me laugh a little bit. This one's fine though, but yeah. So Vibrant Leather and Violet. According to Fragrantica, this has notes of suede and violet. There's definitely a leatheriness in here. Whether it's actual suede or just some other form of leather, I don't know what other forms of leather there are, but it kind of really smells like actual high quality, still almost smells like the cow type of leather. There is a cowboy effect to this fragrance. I think it smells really great. I think it's a really well-made fragrance, but honestly, I wouldn't want my husband to wear this, except if he loves it. He can wear whatever he wants, obviously, but this is not something that I would pick out for him just because of that cowboyness of this fragrance. I feel like it's too masculine for him. Not that he's not masculine, but he's not like a man's man, you know, going hunting and having like dirty clothes by the end of the day, and his hands are all rough from working with them. He's not that kind of man, but that is the type of man that I am imagining a little bit with this fragrance. The violet accord or violet leaves, I'm just gonna be honest, I don't really know what that smells like, so I can't comment on it. I definitely get a leatheriness, and even though it does smell like animalic leather, it smells very expensive. So I feel like I'm entering a store where they have those cowboy boots with the suede, but like you're like, wow, these are expensive cowboy boots. I have no other way to describe this fragrance. That's the vibe I'm getting. I didn't give it a full wear, or I didn't even give it a wear on skin because it's so masculine. So I don't know how long it stays. Sorry, I should have done that. But yeah, I haven't. I do think that when you spray it, I sprayed it in the air and the cloud of fragrance that was lingered on for a while. But of course, skin is different, so if you know how long this stays, please let me know in the comments. But I do really think this is a very nice, well-made fragrance. It's just not for me. It's not gonna be, I think my husband gave it a sniff and he was like, yeah, it smells great, but he had no interest in keeping it. Otherwise, he would have said something. If you wanna smell like a modern, expensive smelling cowboy, this might be something for you. Let me know in the comments what you think. And that was Vibrant Leather and Violet. And then we've reached our final one, which is called Vibrant Leather and Sandalwood. A masculine fragrance taken to the extreme, where rich and brash sandalwood is elevated with a refined note of spicy cardamom and a powdery touch of carrot to highlight a deep woody base. I absolutely agree with the word masculine, a masculine fragrance. I felt like the previous ones are also masculine, but the tobacco one, because it has so much of that vanilla added, that makes it very sweet. Still masculine, it's masculine sweet, but I feel like that one is the least masculine one out of these three. The violet one, like I said, the cowboy masculinity is oozing out of that one, but this one is definitely also very, very masculine. It's extremely woody, so it's vibrant leather and sandalwood, but I'm not really even getting leather. Maybe it's in there, but it's just more toned down. It's just a very woody fragrance. At first sniff, I was like, this smells great, but I always feel like very woody fragrances are better in like a house or an office or a very expensive store. I feel like those are more home fragrances if they're super woody, but that's just me. I'm just not really a woody fragrance lover myself. I don't wear woody fragrances, and that's just always the vibes that it gives me. So maybe because it smells like expensive furniture, and this one does as well. It smells like a really old, like some type of old colonial, super heavy wooden desk that has a lot of layers of like wood oils or products to make the wood, to protect that wood and to make it shiny. It doesn't smell chemical, that's not what I mean, but it smells like, it's not a dry wood smell. It smells like wood that has been, what is the word? It smells like an expensive, old, heavy wooden desk that is standing in the middle of a really big, chic office of a man in his 60s that has a very important function or job, or maybe he's like a politician of some sort. I don't know, this reminds me of, let's say like Winston Churchill's office, let's say. I don't know that much about Winston Churchill, but I feel like that type of man's, or even his home. So yeah, that is what woody scents usually give to me, and this one does as well. So I do think it's a nice fragrance. Again, it is too masculine for me, not just for me as a woman, but it's even too masculine for just the average guy. If you're like a man's man and you have a certain age, I mean, everybody can wear, if you're 18 and you want to wear this, be my guest. But I smell a more mature man. I also did not give this a wear on skin. Like I said, I realize now that I should have done that. I didn't, I'm sorry. I usually do that. So yeah, I don't know how long it lasts. But the scent in itself, when you spray it, is strong. So it's not a weak scent by any means. None of these are, but the only one that I can really say that it is long lasting and strongly projecting is the tobacco one. So, and because of that vanilla sweetness, even though it's maybe a little bit too sweet for me, but if you do like a gourmandy tobacco fragrance, I think you're gonna love it. I do think all three are worth checking out. Just give them a sniff next time you're at Zara's, because I don't feel like they smell like your typical Zara fragrances. If you like this video, you would really help me out by giving it a thumbs up. It's free and easy for you to do, and it really supports my channel. And again, if you want to know more about Zara fragrances, subscribe to my channel. I already have a lot of other Zara fragrance reviews up on there. Feel free to check those out. Let me know in the comments what you think of this collection. I would love to hear, and thanks again for watching. I will see you for the next one. Bye!